All right, welcome guys. I had started recording previously and had had a few issues, so I'm just gonna fast track straight back into it. Gold, we were here. Range has kind of been invalidated just because tab 3, sorry, is so far away from tab 2. Given this, I'm kind of going to be looking at this as my new range, so this can go. This is going to be my tab 1 range, or Wyckoff low is here. Yeah, and now essentially all I'm going to be looking for is deviation or even just mitigation, and then a nice return to zone for a full reversal back down. So that is my gold playbook for now. Nothing more to be done there. Silver, talked a little bit about silver in my previous attempt in recording, but essentially not really looking to do much. At first glance, it looks like we did create some form of distribution model here, which is not yet, completed itself, in the sense of we have not hit our range low. As you can see, this would have been the model. Reason being as to why I did not enter is because we have so much supply above. So it's very rare that I'm going to see price, front run this supply when there's no overlapping supply, structure supply, and just all of a sudden create a distribution. The distribution model should happen in this supply. Therefore, I am not really giving this range, this local range here, too much time of day. That is silver, oil. Same thing, charted this up. This is my new oil range. I'm just waiting for price to come back up. Not liking this not liking it as much, just because we have sort of nuked, if you want to call it that. And it's a very manipulative move. As you can see, it's all happened during London. So ideally, I would like a really nice and slow pullback, creating this return to zone into this supply. Only issue with this is that we have valid extreme liquidity above, and also that should this be our tab 3, it's quite a few deviations below our tab 1. So for a tab 3 to be high confidence, I always like that tab 3 to be above this tab 1. So pretty much anywhere just above it, just outside our range high. So that's kind of the playbook here on oil. I'm just going to wait for this pullback and see what price does. So that is commodities. Let's go to Forex. Euro is absolutely pumping. Same thing during London. So a very manipulative London open. Also keep in mind we did not have a London session yesterday, so we might get some manipulative moves today. This is my new range for Euro, and I'm just going to be very patient here, really. Alerts are set. And that is it. That is Euro. GBP USD. Man, this accumulation was absolutely golden, which didn't really take. We mitigated the demand, which is kind of all that you needed. Obviously, there was extreme liquidity below, which we front ran, but yeah, beautiful setup, which I did not take. The only thing I didn't like about it is that it moved down, but then always, it moved down quite abruptly into this third tab, but then you always have to think of it from a, how can this be manipulation perspective? When you look at this third tab right here, how could this fast move down to be manipulation? it can be manipulation because it moved down rapidly, so it can fill any limit buy orders that were in here, mitigate this demand, and pump back up, which is pretty much exactly what's happened. So, whereas I didn't really look at that move from a manipulation perspective, I just thought of that move of, sellers overpowering buyers, which isn't exactly what's happened. So, very easy to get caught out. And then also what I should have done was, which I technically did do, but look from a high time frame perspective. And I would have liked to see that demand mitigated, but it did not get mitigated. And for the time being, this is kind of tap 1, tap 2. Then you kind of have your tap 3 here, which this is the range. Depending on how price reacts from this supply, I would potentially look at entering here should we move back into this demand and mitigate some part of it. So that is kind of that's kind of where I'm at now with GBP USD. And yeah, we will see what happens there. But I'm still a lot of price to develop. We could even just run straight through this and go to complete our technical target. But ideally, I would like a mitigation of supply and then a slow pullback in here, create some form of local accumulation, and then we can enter on the break and target all the way to range high. So that is kind of the idea that I'm looking at GBP USD. All right, moving on. AUD USD. This accumulation model never confirmed, so this can get removed from our chart. And this is pretty much my new range for now, which, I mean, it's still my new range. So it does look like we might distribute, or price might want to distribute. So yeah, it essentially this stays the same. Pre-planning here stays the exact same. Nothing really changes. Looks like we're going to form some form of distribution, maybe come back down, third tap, and then go lower. Which isn't what, sort of did pre-plan for an accumulation model, but it's not happening. So we will wait and see. Regarding AUD USD, we do have demand below us right there. USD JPY, no USD CAD, my bad. What's happening here? Not much, just rangy price behavior. Very rangy price behavior, not too interested really. Yeah, not too interested. And you'll notice in situations like this, I'm never really going to try and force a range pull. I'm just not. There's no point. Just going to let price develop. Let's go in here. GBP JPY. Moving into supply quite nicely. Some very nice lows here. Given these really nice looking lows, I will be looking to catch some form of distribution, but for now nothing is shaping up, and we can still just continue climbing up, so can be yeah, you can still expect price to go higher. And we are also, there's a few supply levels here to be wary of, just an FYI. GBP NZD. We're kind of exceeding the range here. You can look. You can always get a PO3 schematic. You can, but we will see what happens. Yeah, I'm just going to be a bit more patient here for GBP and ZD. See what price wants to do. I don't think there was much supply in here from memory. I'm pretty confident in myself that I would have examined this beforehand. Hey, anything's possible. Boom. I have a feeling whatever was here has been mitigated. Yeah, it has. A lot of liquidity to get swept here. Like a lot of liquidity which can get swept. Which is why I can see price going higher. Yeah, I can see price going high. I really can see price going high here. Can't say much more than I think price will continue rising. So we will wait and see what happens with GBP and ZD. Let's look at Euro GBP. Still ranging. Yeah, still ranging. Like, leave that as is. Euro NZD, this is our range, which looks quite nice. Very, very clean. Very, very clean extreme supply POI. This could be our most important pair 2 monitor for now. And if we have some extreme liquidity below, even better, which I think we might. There it is, extreme liquidity below us. Perfect. 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 Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'll tell you what, guys, I was absolutely wrecked today. Had terrible sleep last night. Like, terrible close to no sleep last night. Don't ask why, I just couldn't sleep. But most important thing, and most important thing that will make me successful and that can make you guys successful, is just show the fuck up every single day. Just show up. Doesn't matter how you feel, just show up. Like, that, honestly, just showing up can separate you from the masses. In terms of supply, yeah, this is still the supply above, and this is still the range. So yeah, if we can get a nice, sweep, mitigation, break of structure, I'm in. I have entered. So yeah, in terms of Euro NZD, and also this candle here, it hasn't really wicked much. I'm not a fan of it, and it does indicate the price can definitely come back to sweep it. And even below us here, like, there is just so many lows that can get taken out. So we could be in a really, really good spot to distribute here. Yes, there's no real crucial supply POI, but like apart from this one here, but regardless, like, look how much we've expanded up. You would think the price is due to relax for a little bit, and this distribution could be it. But as always, we're gonna only wait for confirmations. No matter what we expect, we don't make any decisions until we get confirmations. Yeah, this looks pretty nice. I like it. I really, really do. Yeah, that is Euro NZD, ladies and gents. USD Swiss franc. How long was it from? Yeah, decent one day. One day in like 11 hours. Not bad. I think we're ranging here. We most certainly are. Leave that as is. I think we're ranging here too. Leave that as is. Damn. If we front ran this POI, do we get a pullback? We will see. I don't think we will, but yeah, as long as we can just get a little cheeky sweep of this extreme liquidity, we can short, but be patient. Patience is a skill we must all master. Alright, AUD CAD. Same thing, just give this time. NZD CAD. Damn. Damn. What was going on here? What was going on here? Oh, this is the one that I was looking at yesterday. I should have entered. I didn't enter. Pristine conditions to enter. Fair play. Do we mitigate this as well? Ooh, that is nasty. If we mitigated this, then damn. Damn. Oh, sort of front ran, like borderline. Yeah. Fuck. That is clean. Well, this is our POI. Should we get a retracement? Should. Yeah, London session, there you go. Classic. I would like to see an extended, yeah, like we are bound to get a slow pullback into this demand. But we will see. Alright, AUD Swiss franc. That's my new range. Like, this is my range, but same thing to previous pair we had earlier at the start, I think the Euro GBP. We want to see a distribution where this supply is. But if it's clean, it's clean. Contextually speaking, we can expect a slight pullback. Like, beautiful, beautiful return to zone below us. So we will see. GBP AUD, where were we here? Yeah, this is what I was monitoring yesterday, and we're looking to get that pullback, which is pretty funny. But I'm not really going to enter. I'm kind of just like leaving this as is. I'd rather just look for a low time frame model in here. Yeah. If anything, you can kind of draw this as a range and see what price does. So yeah, and then it is to note that you do have valid supply above. If this supply gets mitigated and the return zone stays nice, then we will see. As long as it's been going before. Yeah, fairly short range. To be fair, 3 hours. Yeah, I would like to see mitigation of this supply before making any sort of decisions from this lower time frame perspective. Supply is backed by EQ. Yeah, and that is nice little silver distribution here. Very low time frame distribution. Don't advise taking this. It's like it'll probably complete. Oh, it might complete itself, but regardless, like where would you enter up here? Yeah, for like a terrible one risk reward, not happening. Let's have a quick glance through crypto. Semi-clean distribution there, kind of. We did mitigate supply. And this is valid supply. It is. I just need to see more of a return to zone. Like, if we can continue a nice return zone up in here, then it might be worth trading, but otherwise, it's not too appealing. It is within our deviation limit, that's fine. Yeah, I will leave that as is. Let's look at ETH. ETH sort of same but different. Extreme supply on the hourly has been mitigated. Mitigated. that is clean supply. I've just given the wrong yeah, this is ETH. Like, if we distribute, we distribute. GBP AUD, what are you doing? Yeah, we've pulled back into here. If you heard that, that is my stomach. Market structure high. But yeah, like we only kind of have a return to zone up until this point. Terrible drone. Yeah, pretty much return zones here. And we've got this supply here, so I'm not really that interested in trading this. XLM, back to crypto. Ran through demand. Honestly, this whole range, this pretty much everything here can go. Price is showing weakness. Render was distributing when we checked yesterday. Well, this is kind of the range I will watch. This has all been swept. Just an FYI. We are rejecting from supply in there. We did mitigate, yeah. You know what, like, it's just one of those instances where, technically speaking, that's your tap 1, like off low. That's your tap 2, that's your tap 3. Tap 3 is also a deviation above our tap 2, so this is technically a valid entry. We've mitigated extreme supply. There's just a nice return to zone though, like buy side liquidity, so we can expect price to come up. Bear with me, I am going to get on a call. I might end this. All right. Where were we? Yeah. So technically speaking, this is already a confirmed model. This is already a confirmed model. The only thing that we might pull back into is like, yeah, one, this supply here, which you kind of have pulled back into. And then outside of that, I'm not seeing much else. Pretty much this. This is like the only other extreme liquidity that I'm sort of interested in. So that is my render. That's my render plan, really. Yeah. Yeah. Alerts are set. And then, yeah, obviously, high time frame. This range could be confirmed. And then we can always get a extended tab somewhere like in here. That can happen as well. It's a bit vague, but yeah, you know, somewhere in here. Like we can complete this, you know, local range, come back down, and then really grind up and sweep something in here, and then move back down. Expect this. It can happen. But yeah, that is pre-planning for render, and then I will quickly skim through a few of these other pairs. Nothing interests me in Pump Fun at the moment. Nothing interests me in Cake at the moment. You can't have this, but I think this did get a... yeah, not a valid range. Quant. There was actually an interesting, some interesting planning going on with Aave yesterday. So far, like this is pretty much what I expected. I drew this out to a T, if you remember. And now will be interesting to see what price does, but it just keeps creating supply in the process. So it's not something I'd really want to be trading. Probably not. And yeah, you've also got supply up here. Like there's a lot of supply. Point being is there is a lot of supply in this whole in this pair. No real return to zone. So overall I would not be trading this. Like I just wouldn't. XRP, yeah, I'm not really gonna spend much more time with Aave. We've actually rejected from this supply, which I'm kind of surprised. And we've even come back to mitigate this demand, which once again, I'm surprised again. Fair play. Yeah. I don't think we'll come back for this just because we respect this so nicely, but if we do, then I will. Let's set. Tau. XMR, what were we doing here? Yeah, we can still be at play for a pull back into demand. I allow it. Hype. Nothing here. Yeah, I'm really just scanning through these pairs. If anything catches the eye. Give me a second, guys. Bear with me. All right. Yeah. So quickly scanning through this. Nothing to see there. Doge, just compression after compression with if we get a nice pullback in here, but it's ugly. It's very ugly. Like this is extreme liquidity, but yeah, there needs to be a clean return to zone for me to look at entering. Otherwise, I am not interested. Litecoin. Sol. And ripping through demand. Asta. This pair absolutely sucks. Like, spot buy Asta, they said. Don't do it. At least not yet. Ondo. Yeah, all these pairs down here are sort of like, I wasn't paying that much interest in. I think virtual we had something. Same thing. I need a nice return to zone to pull back into this demand for me to really care. This has completed itself. And then Bitcoin Cash. So yeah, that is it. Short, concise, full of gold. I will catch you guys on the next one. Apologies for all the interruptions today. But yeah, peace.